Hello everyone, my name is Ronald Denisio and I am the 7th grade Social Studies Virtual Content Specialist. In today's video, I will discuss providing students feedback using Google Classroom. We will talk about creating our comment bank based on a list of sentence starters from a resource from the Project Soapbox curriculum called the TAG Protocol. Project Soapbox is a program and curriculum provided to New York City schools by MICVA Challenge through their partnership with Civics for All. There are a lot of amazing resources in the Project Soapbox curriculum. I found I'm able to use a lot of these resources to enhance the Passport to Social Studies lessons, such as the TAG protocol. So definitely check out the Project Soapbox curriculum as well. I started to adopt this way of providing feedback after taking my students through the Project Soapbox curriculum and providing feedback on their speeches. In the Project Soapbox curriculum, students write speeches about a community issue that they care about. In the series of lessons, students provide feedback to each other as well as get feedback from their teacher. I was amazed at my students' revisions after using feedback in this way. So after seeing the benefit of using the TAG protocol firsthand with my students, I've been using this format of delivering feedback for lots of different assignments in the Passport to Social Studies curriculum. The TAG protocol stands for the following: telling your peer or your students about something you like that allows you to be encouraging and supportive while specifically telling your students how they did a good job. A, asking questions that allows you to ask a question about anything you are curious about after listening to or reading your student's work. And G, giving your student a positive suggestion that allows you to tell your student how they can make it better. Providing feedback in this way is a great opportunity to give your students honest, objective, and constructive ideas about their work. Before we learn about how to use some of the feedback strategies on Google Classroom, I want to preview the sentence starters that we're going to use for our comment bank. I'll give you a moment to read through the sentence starters now. They begin with positives, telling your student something that you liked, followed by questions that you have for your student, followed by ways that you can help your student improve their work by giving a positive suggestion. So you can take the time right now to read through some of these sentence starters, and I'll show you in the next step of this video of how we can populate our comment bank to be able to use this to meet the needs of our students. So again, like I was saying earlier, the way that I adapted this for myself is I decided to use the same protocol to provide students or provide feedback for my students. The main thing I want to focus on for this video is how to use the comment bank on Google Classroom to provide feedback for students. The comment bank is super helpful because it allows us to copy and paste commonly used feedback that we provide to students for particular assignments so that we're not typing the same feedback over and over again. The first thing we will need to do is make sure we are using Google Classroom to post assignments. You can see here that I've posted an assignment from the Road to Independence unit that is adapted from the Evaluating Outcomes of the Revolutionary War lesson. You want to make sure that when you post your assignment, you are making sure that each student will get a copy so they can type directly into their document and then turn in their assignment when they're ready. You'll see here on the right-hand side, you have different functions, including a comment bank. You can see here all of the different comments that I've entered over the course of the school year. And then you can also add a comment to the comment bank as well. What I like to do is to grade one of my classes, and when I notice certain trends and comments that come up, I will add them to the comment bank. Then when I move on to grade the rest of my classes, providing feedback becomes much more efficient. The prompt that my pretend student here answered was, how did the American Revolution impact different groups of people living in America? After reading my student's response, what really impressed me was that they shared different groups of people that were impacted by the revolution for their audience. This is something that I found a lot of my students were able to do. So this is something that I'll add to my comment bank here. Now that this is in my comment bank, I can copy to clipboard, go back to the grading function here, and copy and paste to the private comments. Additionally, I can also highlight a part of the document, click Add Comment, and add my comment directly on the document as well. One of the requirements for the assignment in this particular response was to cite at least 2 primary sources from previous lessons. I noticed after reading my pretend student's response that they didn't do that. So one thing I'll do is I'll ask them, where did you find your evidence? I already had this in my comment bank, so I can go ahead and copy that to the private comment section to add to my comments. And then thinking about the tag protocol, I'm going to offer and give the students something that they can work on. For example, I might say something like, one suggestion I have is to support your thinking with a quote from the text. So I'll go ahead and I'll add this to my comment bank. I'll add it, and then again, I'll copy to clipboard and copy and paste it. So now you can see that I've added the comments following the tag protocol to my students' private comments that will go directly to their Google Classroom page. And I mentioned before that you can also comment directly on the document, but the only thing is that if a student resolves their feedback that you give them, it disappears. So a way that you can memorialize the feedback that you provide is by using the private comment section on Google Classroom. So just to recap, that was a video on providing student feedback using Google Classroom and how to use the comment bank function to make grading and make providing feedback more efficient for you.